Lecture topic: Lessons from the Pious.
Imam Awza'i rahimahullah is a very senior person, a contemporary of Imam Abu Hanifah rahmatullah alayhi. A very great Imam. Imam Abu Hanifah rahimahullah was very much misunderstood by many. And as a result, many used to circulate some unfounded aspects about him. So one of the people that heard about all these things was Imam Awza'i rahimahullah. Now, he didn't know who the personality is. So one occasion he met Abdullah bin Mubarak rahmatullah alayhi, great muhaddis, great mujahid. And he asked him, who's this Abu Hanifa? So many bid'at he has brought about. So Abdullah bin Mubarak rahmatullah alayhi didn't say anything immediately. He went away, and then from his notebooks, the things he had learned from Imam Abu Hanifah rahmatullah alayhi, the various masail, he selected a whole lot of them and he wrote it down in a separate book. And then he came to the masjid where Imam Awza'i used to be, holding that just in his hand. Now these people had tremendous thirst for knowledge. So as soon as they see something, some kitab, they want to know what it is and try to benefit from it. But in the entire kitab, all he wrote was Qala Nu'man. Everything that he wrote it with Qala Nu'man. That Nu'man, he explained this masla, he explained this deduction from this hadith sharif, etc. So he didn't put any other name besides the name of Imam Abu Hanifa, but he wasn't famously known by the name of Nu'man. He was known by his kunya. So Imam Awza'i asked, what kitab is this? So he just gave it to him. So he started reading it and he got so engrossed in it that it was already now almost salah time. The namaz was about to start. So he just put that in his garment somewhere, like a pocket. And immediately after the salah, he carried on reading it again. And he was extremely impressed. Now when he finished it, he asked Imam Awza'i, but after all, who's this Nu'man? Awza'i rahmatullah alayhi said to him, he is the same Abu Hanifa. So this became an eye-opener for him. In any case, he later then met Imam Abu Hanifah rahmatullah alayhi in Makkah Mukarramah. And he benefited more from him. So he said to Imam Awza'i, you said to Imam Abdullah bin Mubarak rahmatullah alayhi, you stick very closely to him. He's a very great personality. Now, this was an incident, but now there's so many things to learn from this. One important thing we learn is that we don't just get carried away by just something somebody said about anybody else. Until we haven't ourselves verified the information or understood it from somebody authentic who has understood the reality. Second thing is that Imam Awza'i rahmatullah alayhi, he had been misinformed, but as soon as the reality came in front of him, he didn't try to now just make excuses for what he initially said. Because when a person now realizes his mistake, so many a times a person just now will make some excuse because it's a very big thing to, so to say, cut his nose now. Say, well, what I thought initially or what I said was wrong. I retracted. Very difficult thing for many to do, to retract something they have said. What becomes a barrier from the retraction? Pride. Whereas if a person has understood his mistake, then he must retract it. He's realized he made a mistake, he should accept it. So he accepted it, that this was a mistake of mine, I had been misinformed, I made a wrong conclusion here. This is not the person that I thought he was. And the very big lesson we learn from the way Imam Abdullah bin Mubarak rahmatullah alayhi dealt with the situation. There was a senior person who had been misinformed. He didn't disrespect him in any way. He undertook to correct it in a very, very diplomatic manner. And the way that he went about it brought about what a wonderful result. He didn't disrespect the personality and he didn't leave it lying like that as well. Whereas Imam Abu Hanifah was his contemporary, but somebody was now being sort of run down in a way. So he stood to correct that. stood to present what is correct. So these are so many lessons that are learned from this one incident. We have to, number one, maintain the respect also. And number two, we don't get caught up in just any and everything that is said about anyone. The third thing is that we realize our mistakes, that we must be man enough to retract it, man enough to accept it and to retract it. That doesn't take away anything from a person's respect. Rather, that adds to his respect. That people will have confidence that if this person is saying something, he has verified it, and if he gets to know that he's made a mistake, he'll retract it also. That gives more confidence to people rather than take their confidence away. Allah Ta'ala give us that.
अल्लाह अल्लाह कैसा प्यारा नाम है, आशिकों का मीना और जाम है।